Welcome to Pacific Mystery School, and now we are moving from the sevens into the eights with Tarot of the Spirit, 8 of fire, 8 of water, 8 of wind, 8 of earth. The eights are the wonderful cards of moving energy, and energy is going to move in a different way in each suit depending on the suit and the nature of the suit. In the 8 of fire, the lightning path, this is like a bolt of lightning that suddenly illuminates everything at once. And as we already know, all of the cards in the Tarot of the Spirit are painted on a diagram of the Tree of Life, and the deck Tarot of the Spirit also comes with an overlay of the diagram of the Tree of Life that you can overlay on each card. And if we overlay the diagram of the Tree of Life on the 8 of fire, what we are going to see is that the entire Tree of Life is illuminated all at the same time. So the 8 of fire it's as if you are getting a view suddenly of everything and how it all fits together, how all the cards fit together, how the whole deck fits together, how the Tree of Life fits together, how the whole thing works at once. And once you get that vision of how it all fits together, and that comes out of your searching that you enter into in the sevens, once you get the vision of how it all fits together, that leads into rapid change, rapid seeing and rapid change. So if this card comes up in a reading, it's going to indicate a new perspective, a new point of view, one that takes in a much larger picture, and it will indicate a very fast movement. Now, the 8 in water has a different energy, and that's because water has a different energy. So water is going to do the best it can by becoming still. So in the stillness, it's called still waters, the 8 of water. In the stillness, what happens is we sink down into the stillness of ourselves in order to know what is true and what is real. So it's like sinking down, breathing, sinking down, and knowing ourselves that way, because that is the nature of water. It's like a deep meditation. This is a card of deep meditation. So in a sense, I said the 8s move everything and speed everything up, but in the 8 of water, we speed up by slowing down and sinking deeply into ourselves. And when we do this, it's like a deep meditation where we're in a state of protection. And on the card, we can see an apron. That's actually a Masonic apron on the card that is protecting us. And also there's a breastplate that protects us. And beneath that apron, what's happening and what you can see is all these seeds growing, these pots with little plants with seeds, and everything is beginning to grow. That is what you've already planted. Those are the seeds you've already planted, and everything that you planted will eventually come into fruition. So if you get this particular card in a reading or for a meditation, it's time to set about taking care of yourself, taking care of the little seeds that are planted within yourself. The seeds are already planted. You don't have to plant them. But what's important is to nurture yourself and take care of yourself and move into a place that is within your inner depth. Then we move into the 8 of wind, power shield. The way things move within the wind is when we let the struggle go. And in this card, you can see all the swords are laid to rest. We have let it go. No more struggle. We move into our power through the power shield, and the power shield appears as a triangle. We're looking at a triangle above the swords, which are laid to rest. And the triangle, the 3 points of the triangle, are composed of our deepest truth, our deepest love, and the courage of our convictions. And that is all we need to go forward as our deepest self, in our truth, in our love, in our convictions. It is said, for example, that love is the greatest power of all. All other forces and forms will eventually lead to war. Love is the greatest protection of all. All other forms of protection will eventually lead to war. If we are leading with our love, if we are leading with our truth, we have nothing to fear. We can just go forward as whole human beings, and that's what's going to carry us the fastest and to the greatest heights in the suit of wind and that's what will shield us and protect us, is our truth, our love, and the courage of our convictions. And if you need an example there, think, for example, of Martin Luther King. That was the protection that he needed. And when you're in that space, even if you get killed, love is stronger than death. And we know that in that space where we are leading with the depth of our truth and the depth of our love, then that's what matters. That's what matters. And that's what the 8 of wind, the power shield, is about. Then the 8 of earth, moving to the 8 of earth, the mountain. Well, the mountain is a metaphor for earth itself, the earth plane itself. And on this earth plane, we feel so much of the time that we are on this arduous climb trying to reach the peak of the mountain. And what we learn at the 8 of earth is that there really is no peak. You get to the peak of the mountain and you look right behind and there's a higher mountain that you didn't know was there. So we are finding ourselves continuously climbing this mountain, trying to get someplace. And the lesson of this card is about just being on the mountain and celebrating the mountain. And it turns us back to the process with which we are taking each step on the mountain. And there's a little story I like to tell about this card. I imagine that you go to the Himalayas and you're on a trek and it's cost a lot of money. You've been training for it, and there you are, and you're climbing the mountain, and everybody's pushing to make it up the mountain. And suddenly you realize, wait a minute. And you say to yourself, look where we are. And you call out to the whole team, stop. And they don't want to stop. No, let's keep pushing. And you're saying, no, wait, stop. Finally, you get everybody's attention. They all stop and they say, what is it? And you say, everybody stop and look out. Look where we are. And everybody turns around and looks out and says, oh, the beauty. And that's what this card is about. It's about tuning into the process. With every step, you're stepping into beauty, stepping into harmony, stepping into joy, stepping into the place you want to be, the place you are, the place you want to be, your life, stepping into your life. And this 8 of earth is all about the process with which we live. Like some people say, for example, if only I could get this book published, then my life will be okay. And no, I don't like writing. I just like the idea of publishing. I hear that a lot because I work with writers a lot. Okay, and I am here to tell you that it is not about publishing the book. There are always going to be problems that come up. It's about the writing process itself. If you love the process of writing and you're a writer, you are in the right place doing the right thing. And that's what this card teaches, the 8 of earth, the mountain. Find your right place. Find your place to be. Because once you hit that moment of, let's call it the publishing moment, there will be a lot of things that go wrong in that moment. The whole point is to enjoy the process of where you are and to make that work for yourself. That's the mountain. So these 4 8s taken together, they are all about realizing. They're about a different point of view, and they're about realizing who you are, what you're doing, where you are, understanding your truth, understanding your love, understanding your own deep consciousness, seeing the big picture and how it all fits together, and being inside the process. The 8s are the power of illumination. The 8s are also the power of symbolization. And what the symbolization does is it allows us to name our experience. And once we can name what's happening, we can allow it to work with us on the level of our subconscious. It'll become lodged there, and we can live from the place of our subconscious with these 8s internalized. And the subconscious comes forward in the sphere of the 9. Now we're going to look at the 9s and see what the 9s entail.